eagerly waiting guests must be precisely calculated, as must the temperature of the fish meat in order to optimize the sushi's taste. It is assumed that the customer will put the food in his mouth without too much delay. In fact, dining at Tsukiya Bashijiro is like experiencing an exquisite ballet, choreographed from behind the counter by a dignified and respected master with an austere demeanor, although his face will, by the way, crack into a smile from time to time if you're lucky. You can take it that Ono's incredible success is due to exceptional talent, sheer determination, and bloody-minded perseverance over years of hard work, as well as a relentless pursuit of culinary techniques and presentation of the highest quality. Needless to say, Ono has achieved all of this. However, more than that, and perhaps above all else, Ono has Ikigai. It is no exaggeration to say that he owes his incredibly fabulous success in the professional and private realms of his life to the refinement of this most Japanese ethos. Ikigai is a Japanese word for describing the pleasures and meanings of life. The word literally consists of iki, to live, and gai, reason. In the Japanese language, Ikigai is used in various contexts, and can apply to small everyday things as well as to big goals and achievements. It is such a common word that people use it in daily life quite casually, without being aware of its having any special significance. Most importantly, Ikigai is possible without your necessarily being successful in your professional life. In this sense, it is a very democratic concept, steeped in a celebration of the diversity of life. It is true that having Ikigai can result in success, but success is not a requisite condition for having Ikigai. It is open to every one of us. For an owner of a successful sushi restaurant such as Jiro Ono, being offered a compliment from the President of the United States is a source of Ikigai. To be recognized as the world's oldest Michelin 3-star chef certainly counts as a rather nice piece of Ikigai. However, Ikigai is not limited to these domains of worldly recognition and acclaim. Ono might find Ikigai simply in serving the best tuna to a smiling customer, or in feeling the refreshing chill of the early morning air as he gets up and prepares to go to the Tsukiji fish market. Ono might find Ikigai in the cup of coffee he sips before starting each day, or in a ray of sunshine coming through the leaves of a tree as he walks to his restaurant in central Tokyo. Ono once mentioned that he wishes to die while making sushi. It clearly gives him a deep sense of Ikigai, despite the fact that it requires many small steps that are in themselves monotonous and time-consuming. In order to make the octopus meat soft and tasty, for example, Ono has to massage the cephalopod mollusk for 1 hour. Preparing kohada, a small shiny fish considered to be the king of sushi, also needs much attention, involving the removal of the fish's scales and intestines, and a precisely balanced marinade using salt and vinegar. Perhaps my last sushi making would be kohada, he said. Ikigai resides in the realm of small things. The morning air, the cup of coffee, the ray of sunshine, the massaging of octopus meat, and the American president's praise are on an equal footing. Only those who can recognize the richness of this whole spectrum really appreciate and enjoy it. This is an important lesson of Ikigai. In a world where our value as people and our own sense of self-worth is determined primarily by our success, many people are under unnecessary pressure. You might feel that any value system you have is only worthy and justified if it translates into concrete achievements, a promotion, for example, or a lucrative investment. Well, relax. You can have Ikigai, a value to live by, without necessarily having to prove yourself in that way. That is not to say that it will come easily. I sometimes have to remind myself of this truth, even though I